Today is the 100th anniversary of Veterans Day, and Point Park University is holding a celebration in Lawrence Hall to honor those who have served. Well, it looks like the days of kids dreaming to be pop stars and movie stars is over. That's right, according to some new studies, kids are now aspiring to be social media influencers. This event features adoptable dogs like Kahlua here, and the Humane Animal Rescue, according to their website, has adopted out 6,287 animals in the past year. State police say the husband was driving an SUV when he apparently suffered some sort of medical episode, possibly a heart attack. His car swerved into another lane, striking two cars and forcing them off the road. After having issues with the Democratic Party's caucus reporting app, Iowa finally got their Democratic results on the evening of Tuesday, February 4th. To resolve the problem, caucus chairs had to count the votes using a worksheet and email pictures of the results. Clean Water Action Now President Lemlem Lathier-Laim called previous fracking practices frivolous. She was an African-American inventor who revolutionized the hairbrush to have a detachable compartment so it could be easily cleaned. Newman was granted the patent in 1898. She was just 14 at the time. Well, it looks like the days of kids dreaming to be pop stars and movie stars is over. That's right, according to some new studies, kids are now aspiring to be social media influencers. A research company called The Morning Consultant surveyed 2,000 people between the ages of 13 and 38 and found that 86% of those people want to be social media influencers. In the UK, a research team called the Global Affiliate Network surveyed more than 2,000 parents of children between the ages of 11 and 16 and asked them what they thought their kids wanted to be when they grow up. 17% said social media influencer, while 14% said YouTuber.
I was always interested in the video making field. And I don't know, I just like to do it. It interests me, and I just love the editing process and just being myself on camera, basically. My goal is just to reach an audience that is interested in beauty and lifestyle and makeup, and just teach them how to do makeup and other things like that. I first plan, I think of the topic, and then I plan and make sure I can get everything right before I film. And then I set up my camera and start filming, and then import it to my laptop and start editing.
According to Viral Nation, a social media influencer agency, influencers can make anywhere between $30,000 and $100,000 a year. A lot of that money comes from sponsored posts. Daria Hoffbauer is someone who has gained enough followers to have companies reach out to her to ask her to make sponsored posts. Daria told me that when she does a sponsored post, they often want her to say something specific like the benefits of the product, or they ask her to use a certain hashtag. She says it completely differs from a regular Instagram post because usually you can post whatever you want, whenever you want, but for a sponsored post, there are usually certain times or dates you have to post, especially if the brand is launching a new line or product. However, it is important to note that Daria told me that she often gets more engagement on posts where she's just living her life and uses a funny caption. When she posts a sponsored post, people often think that she's just promoting the product because she wants money. While some of the kids today are using these to try to become YouTube or Instagram famous, others have turned to a new app to try to find fame.
I make TikToks just because it's a really fun thing to do when I'm bored or if I have free time, and I think they're funny and it's just a fun app to be on. Part of me really wants to be famous with TikToks because people make money off of them. People with 1 million followers make a lot of money making just a 20-second video sometimes, and I think that'd be really cool to be able to make a living off of it. I'll see a trend that's going on TikTok and kind of make one that goes along with it and just use one of those, or just a random idea that pops in my head in the middle of class when I'm bored, kind of sometimes ends up working out.
Some schools like Point Park have added a social media minor. It hasn't been discussed yet whether or not that minor could turn into a major and whether or not the curriculum might include social media influencing. For Point News, I'm Lindsay Carson.